Hello everyone, Cyril Morgan here from the Great Jamaican Outdoor Adventures. Guess where I'm at today? I'm at the Lower Church Street here in downtown Kingston, and we're getting ready to show you some stuff that's going to happen very shortly in downtown. I showed you ROK Hotel on one of our other videos, and let me show you here. Those of you know Lower King Street, you can see tremendous development. That's the JCC multi-story car park. This is the back gate, back section of the Jamaica Conference Center. You can see these rustic walls, brick walls. Yes, and you can see recently paved the road. Beautiful brickwork done by the KCC, and you can see this old Appleton building. It's actually slated for development, and the signs are just on. So I'm going to show you the sign. Look at the artwork. Well, the ironwork rather, that's there, and you can see the sign slated for development by new owner 2023 J. Ray and Nephew. So we're expecting another gastronomic perhaps offering here in downtown. We're going to go up to a new eatery for some, old for some, the Swiss stores. We're going to show you the artwork. All right, so see you in a few. So I'm about to cross the road. Swiss stores. I'm gonna link up with a friend today as we explore downtown Kingston. All right, so here we are, Swiss stores, another gastronomic concept, but it's a very unique concept. It involves art. You're surrounded by food, by art as you eat. And I have with me my friend Crystal Clayton Wallace. She's an art educator. She's an artist. She's an artist herself, and we are going to explore downtown Kingston, and we're going to talk about art and its role as a social engineering tool, transformational tool. Now, Swiss stores, as you know, some of you know, previously just sold jewelry. They decided to add food, art, and the whole works. It's a beautiful space. They have actually built out a co-working space upstairs. Yeah. And we may get up there today, maybe not. And as you enter the structure, you realize it's a very unique thing. There's an old world charm, Chrissy, that meets a new world charm. The old world charm, look at the floor, got this concrete floor with red oak, light red oak. There is cart. Yeah, yes. Downtown. So they decided, even though Swiss Store is an international brand and lots of jewelry, high-end stuff, they decided to, Chrissy, meld with the Jamaican culture. Yeah. That's awesome. So when you look at these seats, you're seeing a contemporary kind of European kind of thing. Not comfortable for the average. Yeah, but young people love this kind of seating. Yeah. It's chic, it's trendy, it's European, and the art. We may need to come back and do a exhaustive thing on the art, but we really just came to show you a glimpse. If you want to know more about on here, you're gonna have to subscribe to Chris's channel, Crafty Chris on YouTube. Subscribe to her. Drop a note in the chat if you want a complete video on here. I'm just going to give you a little what's happening. A lot of photography, Chrissy. Here, Craig Frank. Yes. His photography is featured, his works.
And I love this photo.
Yeah. You can, I believe they can buy some of the works here. And this beautiful lady here always serves. And there's a jewelry section. Yvonne, full of sauce, and Monica, and and of course they have beautiful jewelry. So as I said, we're going to come back and do an exhaustive video, but we just wanted to pass through and let you know that you can be in a contemporary space in downtown area with food, surrounded by food and a little liquor, libation, art, and yes, there are different dining sections, reserved sections, so you can see by reservation. And in this area they have wine bottles, surrounded by beautiful, yes, beautiful cutlery. So we will be back. So we just wanted to give you a glimpse at the inside of the Swiss Stores eatery. All right, wonderful. So we're going back out on the street. Great Jamaican Outdoor Adventures, linking with Crafty Chris, art educator. And look at the floor, checkered patterns. You can see the roof. The roof was designed to reflect the floor. So checkered patterns.
The artist that actually did the roof is actually called DeAndre Caprice Davis.
Okay.
She is actually a friend of mine, right?
Yes. You're getting the educational part. This is very, what methodology did she use?
So she actually uses a program. So it's a computer program that she uses. She codes to create her design.
What? And then this vinyl?
And then she prints it on vinyl, and then the vinyl is adhered to the ceiling.
Wow, amazing. Amazing stuff, folks. So we're focusing on the details here of downtown. Yes. But what we really came to show you is art as a social transformative tool, or the philosophy of it, pioneered in Jamaica currently by the Kingston Creative Group.
Yeah.
And so I believe there are other communities, Fleet Street,
yes.
that they have a very popular series of murals.
Life Yard.
Life Yard. Yes,
that's
yes.
the name of the space. And they not only have the artwork, but they've created a little community engagement around it. There is a restaurant that you can go and get item food and drinks and so on.
Wow,
so,
right there in central
exactly.
Kingston, Fleet Street.
Exactly.
In the middle of depression, guns, violence, fear, art is an oasis.
Right, and so the artists, they came together and they decided that they were going to give back to the community in a way that was tangible. Even though they probably can't give money and so on, they, did the artworks, and so it created an attraction to the space.
Yeah.
And so that attraction to the space has caused commerce to come into the area.
Yeah.
So now in that very same space that was an abandoned warehouse or something at a point, you now have a restaurant that is thriving.
Interesting.
And a juice bar.
We're gonna have to go there. Part of the Great Jamaican Outdoor Adventures. So folks, again, for context, we're on Lower Church Street, or on Church Street, heading to Lower Church Street. You have Burger King across there, and you have the restaurant, Swiss Stores, Jewelry Store, and you have Water Lane. We're on Water Lane, Kingston. So tell me your artistic concepts and ideas when you see these, such as the artist here is what? Life Child?
The title of the Life Child is the name of the artist, and the title of the work is Life. This is apparently an abstract piece. It has iconography, various different types of iconography. In it, you also have the use of words to sort of bring across what the artist is trying to communicate. So you have the word free here, powerful, respect over here, one love, vision, bold, wealth, peace of mind, and these are all things that contribute to you having a good life.
Yeah.
Love of self, joy, light, and it's important. All of these things are important in life.
Yeah.
And we know that life is not linear. You will have your up and down moments.
Yeah.
And the bad melds with the good, because there we have the yin and yang symbol here, though it's not in its traditional
Yes, we can see.
one black and one white, but
balance.
it's still there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's happening right here? This is Alfonso Blake. This is what? Musical
vibration.
And of course, Kingston is a designated creative city under the UNESCO.
Yes.
Music is a big part of the reason why we are accredited as, protected.
So this piece is another abstract piece, but in the abstraction you can see that there are some cases, and there are 3 cases that I can visibly see, and I love the impressionist type of painting style that is being used. And there are musical instruments as well that you can see. So there's a drum here.
And Chrissy, people don't realize, I need to plug into this as well. Kingston like this now looks depressed, so some, you know, it's a turn off to my friends who. Yes, so folks, we're here at Great Jamaican Outdoor Adventure. So we're looking at the entry mural.
Yes.
So the entry mural, what does it speak to in your mind?
So I am looking at, I'm seeing two things. I am seeing a belief in Christ. You know, we can look at that Rastafari type figure holding on to a blue book, which can be interpreted as the Bible or some type of religious literature. And I'm seeing that though they came empty with their baskets lifted up, it is being filled. You notice each of the women who are carrying baskets have it turned upwards, and it would appear that it is being filled. And notice that these four figures here are actually praying. They're in prayer.
Some sort of spiritualism happening here.
Spiritualism happening. And these in the center here are being, we call it rapture.
Art is very subjective, folks.
Right,
So this is the art education view. You may see other things.
The thing about interpreting art, your interpretation is always based on your prior knowledge.
Yeah.
And unless you speak directly to the artist and to ask him or her, why is it that you did this piece, you will never fully understand or know.
Yeah.
But when you interpret art, it's usually from a place of whatever previous knowledge you have.
But one thing for sure, the vibrancy of the colors, the consistency of the colors, I'm seeing Rastafarianism culture infused,
definitely.
not overtly, but kind of, you know, covertly.
Infused.
Yeah, and I'm seeing maybe revivalism a little.
You can see a little revivalism too.
Yeah.
And revivalism, interestingly, is the mix of African folk culture with
Christianity. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Toots. Oh, this is an ode or some sort of homage to Toots. Okay, so this is the explanation for what we just saw. A celebration. That's why we talk about the vibrancy of the colors. Bernard Stanley Hoy's celebration. Interesting. All right, so we move to here. Toots, and of course, what does Toots mean to Jamaica?
So Toots is a huge musical icon in Jamaica. He is famously known in the band Toots and the Maytals. He is one of the most renowned Jamaican musicians next to Jimmy Cliff and, you know, Bob Marley and so on. You have Toots. And so this piece was done, I think, in 2020, either shortly before or after his passing. So it's an homage to him.
And I'm seeing little words there. These are clips from his songs, are they? Fever, yes. Pressure Drop. I say yeah. I remember him saying, I say yeah. I remember him repeating that. Yeah, Chatty, Living, I suppose. Maybe album names. Or so folks, you can drop something in the chat if you know. So, Mr. Banquet. Alright. So yes, so we're seeing that sort of homage to a musical icon. We continue along the lane and we see
Hope, Peace and Joy. I love this one. I love how juvenile it looks. I love how innocent it looks.
Yes.
And I think it speaks to that part of us that wants to remain childlike. I love how simple.
And of course, the innocence of Kingston is shattered time and time again by violence. So this here speaks to the children, maybe a call to protect the children.
Yes.
They're up.
Because a few feet away from here, there's that mural that's dedicated to the children. Who have lost their lives.
Yes. Folks, we don't want to pretty it up, even though this is pretty. We know that Kingston has a little violent undertone. But which city in the world is not violent? Maybe a few, not. But New York City, one of the major cities in the world, has lots of crime problem. But at least in Jamaica, we can walk around like this. Look how Chrissy is walking around free. There's nobody here strapped with bombs, ready to bomb you. There are no airplanes flying out the sky. So, hey, come on, folks. Come on down to Jamaica. This is from Dion Simone, Flower Girl. All right. And she is You notice the
It would have-
consistency of the female power.
Yes, and it would appear that she is blooming.
Yeah, and as the petals,
Open.
peace,
Yes,
unity, hope, love,
unity,
joy.
hope.
So yeah, we're getting that feeling. This is Marcus Garvey.
Marcus Garvey, one of our national heroes.
Yes. And of
Man
course,
who encouraged us to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery.
yeah. And his philosophies are encapsulated in books and has spawned the movement of Garveyism
Yes.
and a lot of Rastafarianism and Garveyism
Yes.
have a very strong link. There's
There is a link
question
there.
of black identity. Those of you remember the Black Star Line, people actually were so convinced about the Pan-Africanism
Yes.
that they actually tried to go on a ship,
to go back
steamship
to
back
Africa.
to Africa. But we don't need to go back to Africa. We just need to spread Africa throughout the world.
Exactly.
Spread the art and the philosophy. Distorted Reality, Stanford Watson, a very prominent artist.
Yes. Mr. Stanford Watson, he was actually the what you call it now, the CEO or the director of the Multi-Care Foundation for a period of time.
Okay.
And each summer they would have art activities dedicated to the youth in downtown Kingston. So they would come and they would do art activities, and a lot of the artists who later transitioned to Edna Manley had their foundation. A lot of the Kingston
Wow.
artists had their foundation in the Multi-Care
Wow.
art program.
Folks, never before heard facts from Crafty Chris. Follow her on YouTube. Distorted Reality, and of course, this is as distorted as it gets.
Exactly.
So, what do you make of this?
And it's very fragmented. I can see two figures. It seems that there's a male figure here and a female figure here.
She's good.
You would see.
See legs.
Yeah, you can see the legs. You can see that this is one person here and another person here. This person is turned in a profile. It could, be interpreted that they're heading this way, while this person is facing directly. It could be seen that they're in conversation or one person is leaving the conversation. I can't really say for sure what exactly is happening, but that's
Yeah.
the vibe.
And Chris, as I step back, I allow people to see the blightedness around. It's deliberate. The murals, concept of the mural as a social engineering tool is
Yes.
supposed to be in the middle of a depression,
Right.
in the middle of waste and barrenness, and it's give hope. So you're
Exactly.
seeing the decrepit building. You're saying we should lick down these buildings. Yes, I agree. But if we hit it down, maybe you won't have the ability to do this. But while they're here, I believe rehabilitation can take place
Yes.
with the murals around these buildings.
And I remember before this lane was beautified with the murals, there would be a lot of traffic, or there would be some footfall or foot traffic. But I think since the murals have been here, there has been a significant increase of footfall, because people have come directly just to see the murals.
Yeah.
There are persons who have come to do their photo shoots here. I've seen wedding shoots done here.
Really?
Music videos.
Interesting.
Various advertisements. And so it has brought a sort of life to otherwise unused space. And I'm happy that it has created such a buzz in the area.
All right, folks. So Great Jamaican Outdoor Adventures, the Mr. Jimmy Cliff, many rivers to cross, and of course he crossed his rivers.
Yes.
The harder they come, that song as well. That movie was
Yes.
spawned from that. Not just a movie, but a Netflix series.
There is
A
another,
Netflix,
Oh,
yeah.
That's
The harder they,
exciting.
that's currently going on, yeah.
And I love that, because many of us, when I was a child, I watched The Harder They Come. Didn't completely get everything in that initial watching, but I remember the excitement that he had as a character coming into Kingston for the first time. Because a lot of people would migrate from the countryside to come to the urban town center to try and make life.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of stories similar to what Ivan faced in that movie, where they came from innocent, God-fearing homes, and in the hustle and bustle or the struggle to make it in Kingston, they got into violence. So that's another thing that we should look at as a part of, I guess, our expose, our understanding of Kingston really as a city.
Yeah, and not just Kingston, urban spaces. I mean, in Harlem, New York, I read about the Harlem Renaissance, which spawned from the fact that it was just like downtown Kingston is now, blighted, crime,
Right.
and then people decided we are going to come together and revolutionize this. So you had a different approach, and then the city was really reborn through art, through investment, through commerce, and the struggles mirror what we so anywhere you have people crammed in an urban space, you're going to have crime, poverty, all of the problems.
And I love what is now happening, because since Kingston has been designated as a cultural space or a creative city, a lot more commerce and a lot more investment is happening. We recently had the shooting or some shots from that movie that was being produced.
Yes, Get Millie Black.
Get Millie Black, yeah. Right. The block of several parts of the city to capture the realness of the place.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah. That's Marlon James' book, folks, Get Millie Black. That's gonna come back. That's gonna come as an HBO 6-part series very soon. So they're doing the shooting in England and also Jamaica. They'll be back for part 2. Alright, so folks, we can't show you everything today. Oh my god, we just have to let's just do a quick drive through.
Yes.
Wrong word in a place like this. All through. Yeah, but you notice was the bollards. So previously, as Crafty Chris, make sure you follow her YouTube channel. She mentioned it, foot traffic, pedestrian traffic has increased. People feel safer. Yeah. It's lovely. Look at the brickwork that's here, right?
Really good.
Shout out to the KCC, my friend Robert Hill and the mayor, Delroy Williams. Shout out to them for investing. Also, it's a part of their cultural program. But I just want to make note of the bollard. So you can't drive through here, but you can, bike men, bicycle men, foot traffic. All right. So you're seeing this lane as well. I don't remember the name. Maybe is this Peter's Lane? I'm not sure. The name of this lane. Forgive me, folks. I'm from Mandeville. But you can see art going up.
Going all the way up. And
art going down. Not just art, but the brickwork continues all the way back down to the multi-story car park. We're seeing a little multicultural thingy right here.
Right.
This is obviously not a...
This looks like some Latin dance
yes.
situation happening. Either that or Indian.
And why is that
dance
appreciated in a country like Jamaica? Somebody might say this is... it's kind of dissonance to have this kind of thing. This is not reflective of Jamaica, but what would you respond to that?
We are an amalgamation of many different types of people groups.
Yep.
So whilst the Africans were brought here forcefully, we have a lot of other people groups that came in as indentured servants, like the Indians and the Chinese. And in recent, them coming in have caused, intermixing and so on. And so we have literally become a boiling pot of different cultural identities.
We are like New York. Yeah. I think New York is our sister spirit city. But let's look at this. This is called Oriental Creative Arts Studio. This is by Sheldon Blake. Not sure if you know him.
Yes, I do actually know Sheldon Blake.
So Oriental, so you see the Middle Eastern kind of thingy there.
Notice all of the Middle Eastern type of musical instruments.
Yeah.
That are involved.
That thing that looks like a guitar. I know the name of it. I just can't remember. But folks, if you know, just drop something in the chat. Yeah, tell me what this. Is it something started with U? Something started with U. Ukulele?
No, this
is not the ukulele.
This ukulele. One is longer and it has like a round.
And it's not the zither. It's not the zither. There's a Chinese instrument that's called the zither. I don't know. Sure. But folks, if you know, but the drums are familiar. We call them Congo drums. I don't know if it's what they call that in the Oriental thing. But yeah, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff happening downtown. And of course the art continues. This entire block dedicated to music, as you know, dancehall culture. Yeah. Sorry for you Christians if you're offended by the dance hall, the batty rider, the girl on the bike with the Don. the big box, the stone log, the Renaissance, the spliff. This is all Kingston, the good, bad, and the ugly. The Rasta man, that's there. The trumpet, the KCC, of course, has branded themselves there with their logo. The mic. All of this is a vibrancy of culture, music, arts, the good, the bad, the ugly, the dirty, the beautiful, the nitty, the gritty.
And we also see that a lot of other lanes, off lanes, have, I guess, come on board to allow for the painting of walls in and throughout Kingston. So I am excited to see what the finished product will look like. Because every time I drive past somewhere, I see another set of murals going up, and I'm excited about it.
So folks, we want to get on this side, and we want to just turn the camera an idea of what's happening behind us. Crafty Chris and Great Jamaican Outdoor Adventures, we thank you for joining us today. Your closing words, Crafty Chris, YouTube channel.
All right, so go and visit my YouTube channel where I have art activities for parents and younger viewers. So if you have children that you want to give activities to do, there are several that you can find on my YouTube. So that's Crafty Chris. Enjoy.
All right, folks. So all of you folks who are afraid of coming to Jamaica, notice there is a revolution happening. Slow, insignificant to some of you, but cultural, social revolution is starting. The spaces are looking good, and I believe when the spaces look good, people will start to respect them.
Exactly.
And the work continues, of course, to change the values of people, the violence, the attitude, the poverty level. But everything has to happen at the same time. So signing out from Water Lane, downtown Kingston. Come on and enjoy. And please like, subscribe, share. Great Outdoors Jamaican channel and Crafty Chris. God bless you.
Bye.